My name is Ariadna, and today I will be talking about the basics of nuclear chemistry and an important real life story the Radium Girls. But first of all, what is nuclear chemistry? Nuclear chemistry is a branch of chemistry that studies the changes in the nucleus of atoms. Unlike regular chemical reactions, which involve electrons, nuclear reactions involve protons and neutrons, which are localized in the nucleus. It's important to review the structure of the atom. So the nucleus is made up of protons that are positively charged and neutrons that are neutral. The atomic number is represented by the letter C and is the number of protons, and the mass number is represented by the letter A, which is the number of protons plus neutrons. Atoms with a stable nucleus remain intact indefinitely. However, many atoms have unstable nuclei, which exhibit a property known as radioactivity. Radioactivity is the spontaneous disintegration of an atomic nucleus by the emission of radiation. There are three principal types of radiation. Alpha radiation, that can be stopped by paper but is dangerous if inhaled or ingested. Beta radiation, which has high energy electrons or positrons, is more penetrating than alpha, and gamma radiation, electromagnetic waves, very penetrating and harmful without shielding. Radioactivity decay. This is the spontaneous process where unstable nuclei transform into more stable ones, often by emitting radiation. One example is radium 226, which decays into radon 222 by emitting an alpha particle. The half-life. Half-life is the time it takes for half of a radioactive substance to decay. For example, for radium 226, its half-life is about 1,600 years. Now that we've made a quick review of the basics of nuclear chemistry, let's look at a tragic historical case where the dangers of radioactivity were ignored, leading to catastrophic consequences. The study of the Radium Girls. In the 1910s and 1920s, during and after World War I, young women were hired to work in factories that produced glow in the dark watch dials. These dials were painted with a special substance called radium based luminous paint, because radium naturally glows in the dark. At the time, this glowing paint was seen as scientific miracle and a very desirable feature. The women were taught to shape their paintbrush tips using their lips, a technique called lip deep paint. Each time they unknowingly ingested tiny amounts of radium 226, which is radioactive. What made radium 226 especially dangerous is that it behaves chemically like calcium. This means that when workers ingested it through the pain, their bodies treated it like calcium and stored it in their bones. The radiation then damaged the bone tissues over time, leading to serious health problems like bone fractures, anemia, bone cancers, and inclusively death. Jaw decay, also called radium jaw, one of the most common. Many of the women died young, in pain, and with answers at first. At first, the companies denied any connection between the pain and the illnesses, but a group of brave women decided to sue the U.S. Radium Corporation in 1927. It was one of the first major cases involving occupational health hazards. This woman eventually won, setting a legal precedent for workplace safety. The Rhythm Girls changed history. Their suffering led to stricter workplace safety laws, regulations on radioactive materials, the eventual formation of groups like OSHA, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, and increased awareness about the dangers of radiation exposure. The story of the Radium Girls shows why science and ethics must go hand in hand. Thanks to their courage, future generations were protected from similar dangers.